Hey, it's Jeff Sauer here, and I want to talk to you about setting your marketing objectives. I want to define what terms go into setting goals and objectives for your marketing organization, figure out what KPIs are, and share with you a template called ACEs that you can use to build out a measurement plan and a marketing objective map for just about any business out there that operates some kind of digital component. And we're going to do that all in this video, and we're going to talk about how to make your marketing plan and your marketing efforts much more measurable moving into the future. Now you might be wondering, why am I doing this video with a backdrop of a tropical setting, and why am I not doing it on a green screen like most of my YouTube videos? And the answer is simple. We hit our marketing objectives in 2018 by using the ACEs framework, and I'm so happy and so proud that we did that I took a little time off and I'm on a vacation right now. I actually happen to be in the Maldives, and when this video is coming out, I said, okay, well, let's just do it on location and say, here's the reward for hitting our marketing objectives for 2018. And also, I'm really excited about our objectives for 2019 because I think they're very achievable, and they're, again, following the ACEs format, the ACEs template. So listen up and watch this video. If you want to learn how you can set your own marketing objectives and not only just set them, but also achieve them using a simple, tested framework, then you're going to really enjoy this video, and as well as a template for ACEs that you can download and use for your own organization. So check it out, and hopefully you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed producing this framework and this template, and hopefully the next time I hear from you, you're going to be celebrating because you achieved your marketing objectives as well.
So let's talk about establishing your marketing objectives. And in this video, we are going to talk about what is the best way to identify and establish your marketing objectives. And then we're going to go way above and beyond that, and we're going to show you a template you can use to plug in your own objectives and have an entire marketing objectives dashboard for your business. But before we get there, I'm going to take a half-hearted attempt to answer our rhetorical question. How do you establish your objectives? Now, you might think that the way that you do it is you set your goals based on tactics, hacks, or the platforms you have available for you. You might say that your objectives should be based on what Google tells you to do, what Facebook tells you to do, or what rhetoric is flooded in the marketplace with various case studies or results that don't really matter to your business. And of course, I will tell you that is not how you want to establish your objectives. No way, Jose. What you really want to do is you want to approach your marketing objectives with a CEO mindset. Now, I know that you might not be the CEO of your organization or your business, but when it comes to setting objectives, you want to think like a CEO does. And so let's put on our CEO hats right now and answer the question, which of these two marketing proposals sounds better to you? The first one is pitch A. We think we can increase your website traffic significantly using SEO, content marketing, and PPC advertising. Now, this is an example of a pretty generic marketing approach that a lot of marketers take. They don't really know with confidence that this is going to happen, but they see other people doing it in the marketplace and they say, okay, well, we think this is going to work because other people publish case studies or are peppering our inbox and telling us that this is working for them. Pitch B, you'll already notice here it's much longer and much more specific. We have identified a plan that we believe will help you achieve between 50,000 and 100,000 monthly visits to your website. Your current data indicates that this volume of traffic will result in an average of 1,000 to 5,000 new leads every month, and these leads are expected to convert into 200 to 500 sales per month, which would result in 40,000 to 100,000 monthly recurring revenue increase as a result of these programs. Now, you probably understand which one of these pitches is better. It's pitch B because it's more specific, it's data-driven, and it has some kind of estimate into the range of outcomes you can expect. And when somebody's making an investment in a marketing effort, are they going to say, we hope that this is going to work, we think it might happen? Or are you going to take a chance that even in the worst case scenario, you have a result of $40,000 in incremental revenue for that business? I've been in this industry for over 15 years, and I can tell you that pitch B is the one that gets accepted more times than not. The stronger you are with your pitch, the more researched you are, the better chance you have of somebody accepting and buying into your proposal. And so the big lesson we've already learned here is that your marketing objectives must be connected to the valuable outcomes that your efforts will produce. So what is a marketing objective anyway? The way that I look at a marketing objective is it's the result that you expect to achieve for any activity that helps establish a market for your products and services. And your marketing objectives are typically tracked using KPIs, which is a key performance indicator. So some examples of KPIs can be ad impressions, the list growth of your email list, the growth rate of your membership, the number of sales you get from your marketing efforts. Some more examples: customer acquisition cost, trial subscriptions, your organic search traffic, even revenue, website conversion rate, and cost per click are all KPIs that digital marketers use to measure success. If cost per click is your major indicator of success, you will optimize around that cost per click. Now, of course, whether cost per click is the most important KPI for your business is something that you will need to establish as you set your own objectives. And so if you want to see some very common KPIs in action for Google Analytics, I would encourage you to check out our annual review template, which gives you an idea as to the common KPIs that a Google Analytics user will look at for their data. Okay, so now that we know what a marketing objective is, how do you avoid setting bad ones? Number one, look at the big picture. Make sure you look at your objectives from a 10,000-foot total business view, as opposed to looking at the selfish objectives that you might have for your own role in your business. The CEO mindset means that you want to look at this thing from an overall business perspective. You also want to place and evaluate these objectives in the context of your entire marketing funnel. You want to connect the marketing objectives you establish to the resources you have available. And then you want to connect your objectives to your teams, tactics, tools, and your budget. And so as you can see, when you're rounding out your marketing objectives, you really need to put a lot of thought into execution if you want to get the results. So here's the value of establishing your marketing objectives. You can account for how each stage of your marketing process will make an impact on your expected results. You can align with your budget, your teams, your tactics, and your tools. You're connected to the outcomes that your business finds valuable. And marketing objectives allow you to track progress and make adjustments based on your initial results. Now, if you're not sure of what your marketing objectives are, I would encourage you to check out our ACES framework that we created here at Data Driven. And basically, we like to break down objectives based on 4 components. The first component is at the top of the funnel, and it's called awareness. The next one is to capture intent. The third one is to educate and nurture your potential client. And the fourth one is sales and leads. And so let me show you what each of these things mean with some more examples. When it comes to awareness, your objectives can be things like getting organic search traffic to your website, reaching more people with your social media posts, or even impressions from display advertising. And some of the common tactics that companies will use for awareness are content marketing, social media, banner ads, organic search, YouTube marketing, television ads, radio spots, and even print ads. These are all ways to draw awareness to your products and services, and it's usually something that happens at the top of your marketing funnel. When it comes to capturing intent, you can look at objectives like growing your email list, more social media subscribers, and even new leads from your advertising. And some tactics that you're going to use to capture more intent is specifically email capture, optimizing your conversion rate, using remarketing in a targeted way, segmenting your emails, segmenting your website, automating your marketing, even doing surveys and personalization to your audience. When it comes to educating and nurturing your audience, your objectives might be to get people to sign up for webinars and to attend them, enroll in mini courses, try a subscription to your service, and even engage through remarketing. And some of the tactics that we see for educating and nurture are email sequences, social media posts, content curation, email newsletters, remarketing, mini courses and webinars, free tools, free samples and trials, and consultations. As you can see, there's a lot of different ways to educate and nurture your audience before they make a purchase decision. And finally, sales, which is really where most marketers focus on. They spend a lot of time focusing on sales, and yet if there's not a healthy pipeline, if there's not a healthy funnel leading into those sales objectives, their results are not going to be very strong. So when you're looking at sales objectives from a marketing perspective, you're going to look at things like revenue from your products or services. That's an obvious one. Net new customers, customer lifetime value, and even leads that you generate from a marketing perspective that are qualified for your sales team. And some tactics you might deploy to get there: lead qualification, direct sales through e-commerce, affiliate marketing, paid search advertising, remarketing, email launches, new product intros, discounts and promotions, and conversion optimization. And obviously this list is just scratching the surface of things you can do, but what I've done here is I've combined the common tactics that I've deployed and I've seen clients deploy while looking at thousands of marketing campaigns, and these are the most common tactics I see marketers using to capture sales at the bottom of their funnel. So hopefully we got the wheels turning for you with a number of different things you can do both tactically and from a goal perspective when it comes to your marketing objectives. The next thing you want to do once you've established your objectives is to assign numbers to your targets. So you want to find your baseline data using the systems you have available, for example, Google Analytics, your PPC marketing accounts, your email marketing suite and your CRM, social media accounts, and even payment processing systems. And if you don't have data available or you're just getting started, you can use third-party tools like SpyFu, SimilarWeb, SEMrush, Google Keyword Planner, and Google Trends to see how your industry is gravitating towards the online space and how they're establishing their marketing objectives, as opposed to looking at your company's past performance because you don't know that performance. And then you want to combine your KPIs and your targets, and you want to make sure that every single KPI has a reasonable target that you can hit if you want to grow your business. So as you can see here in the ACES dashboard, we have our KPIs, and then right underneath it, we have our targets. But we don't stop there because this is really just scratching the surface. Next, we want to see how our objectives impact our resources and profit potential. So within each objective, we have KPIs and targets, and then after that, we establish tactics, teams, tools and technology, as well as the numbers around the business like revenue opportunity, expense estimates, and profit potential. And so we've already talked about KPIs and targets, and so we're going to fill them into the ACES template. And then below that, we're going to get into what tactics do we need to deploy to get there, what teams should be in place to deploy those tactics, and then finally, what tools and technology are going to get us there. And then for your marketing objectives, you'll round it out with the revenue opportunity, your expense estimate, and how much profit you stand to gain from implementing this. Okay, now I know we've gone through a lot. We've gone through an entire marketing strategy, and we've even put numbers behind it. You might even be a little bit overwhelmed by now, but you have a picture of how you can establish marketing objectives and how you can do it in a data-driven way. And so to bring things closer to home, let's look at how you can use ACES to estimate the revenue potential of your marketing objectives. So let's talk about awareness objectives. If our awareness objective is to have 100,000 organic website sessions a month, we would put that in place under our KPI, and then we would map out the tactics, teams, and tools that we need to establish that. And when we look at this thing as a funnel, the next thing we want to pay attention to is our capture objective. And in this case, we want to capture 5,000 new email subscribers a month from that traffic. Going down the funnel, we think that 40% of people who become email subscribers will become engaged and start to open the emails. So we're looking at 1,250 engaged email subscribers a month. And then finally, we think that if we can generate 100,000 sessions to our site, and 5% of them convert to email subscribers, and 25% of them become engaged as email subscribers, and then 40% of those engaged subscribers will become a sale, we're looking at a result of 500 sales a month using this objectives dashboard. And so when you pull it all together, the expected outcome from hitting our targets and having a very complete marketing funnel is that a $200 product with 500 sales a month will result in $100,000 of monthly recurring revenue if we implement this program. But how do you know if that's right? Is your target right? Well, first of all, you need to pay attention to how your objectives affect all 4 stages of your marketing funnel. Because when you do this, it helps you get the most out of your budget, and it helps you determine if things are realistic. Now, if you're only going after the top of your funnel or the bottom of your funnel, you're going to find that you miss a lot of gaps in between, and you are leaving a lot of revenue on the table, whether it's through sales, leads, or any other bottom of the funnel objective of your business. If you don't optimize for the middle steps, you are going to be leaving money on the table, and I can guarantee that. Yet most marketers, they only focus on the top of the funnel or the bottom of their funnel, and they have no consideration for what happens in the middle. And that's a big mistake because you are leaving money on the table. And that's the reason why we're providing these marketing objective templates for you. That's the reason why we created ACES, because we don't want you to have any blind spots in how you go about marketing your business. Next, let's get into tracking and measuring your results. And let's start with a quote. You can't improve what you can't measure. And so if you want to get started with measuring how things are working, you're going to want to start with something like Google Analytics, which I consider to be the Swiss Army knife of digital marketing tools. It can do pretty much everything you want, and it works extremely well. And not only that, but over 80% of the most important websites in the world are using Google Analytics to track their results. And so if you're not familiar with Google Analytics, I would highly recommend you check out our Google Analytics program on datadrivenyou.com. And if you want to take things one step further, we have a live interactive version of the ACES dashboard over at Data Driven as well. And this is one dashboard to report on all your marketing objectives. And you can make this an automated report so your results are showing up in real time every time you look at this dashboard. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you about making data-driven marketing objectives. To summarize what we talked about in this video, you want to approach your objectives with a CEO mindset. You want to evaluate how your objectives impact your funnel. You want to align your objectives with your resources. Then you need to connect your objectives to the outcomes you expect. And finally, make sure you are tracking, measuring, adjusting, and improving every step of the way. This has been a very thorough and complete perspective into your overall digital marketing strategy. We call it marketing objectives, but this is just good marketing. This is just a good way to go about growing your business. And it all starts with adjusting your mindset. Instead of acting like an employee or somebody who has a single function in the marketing role, I'm asking you and encouraging you to approach this with a CEO mindset, to look at things from the top down and say, will this work? Because there's a tremendous amount of benefit from putting this all together. This is a career maker for any one of us if we can pull this off. This is something that will take a lot of effort, blood, sweat, and tears to pull off, but the efforts are worth it. The efforts pay off with exponential growth for your business. It pays off in having a picture that you can use to show your organization that you know what you're talking about. And not only that, but you have a plan for success. Trust me when I say this, that if you use the ACES template and this framework, you will be ahead of 99% of marketers out there. And so if you want to check out the ACES template and our dashboard, you can learn more about this resource at datadrivenu.com/ACES.